Okay, so let me see if I'm live. Am I live? I don't know if I'm live. It's not showing me anything. Okay, I'm alive. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I'm alive and kicking. I'm alive and kicking, but I hope this stupid mic work this time because I've spent like literally $100 on this mic, and if it doesn't work, I'm gonna be really pissed. I'm gonna be really pissed. So I hope this thing works. I hope I hope it makes a difference. Is it making a difference? Hello, hello. So, um, and if it doesn't, I'm gonna kick this mic's ass live on TV. I mean, live on YouTube and internet. So, I wanted to make this subject today. Uh, because I just came across a relationship reading. I was just doing a relationship reading for a girl, and she asked me a question. And don't worry, I know if you might be watching me, I'm not gonna reveal your birth details at all. Okay, I'm not. I don't do one of those. I don't do those things unless you give me permission to do that. And even then, I will probably won't do it because you might regret it later on. Um, she kind of sent me date of birth of her and her boyfriend, okay, or her ex-boyfriend. And she says she broke up with this ex-boyfriend 6 months ago, and she cannot get him off her mind. She keeps thinking about him, just thinking about him. And she asked me a question saying that is he my twin flame? Because I've never had this experience before with anybody. I have been in 3 relationships, but this is the one that really has hit me so hard. Can you please see if he's my twin flame? And if he's my twin flame, will I be with him? So obviously I had to refund her because I don't do horoscope matching at all. You know, if you are meant to be with him, you will be with him. If you're not meant to be with him, you're not going to be with him. I don't want to be the one telling you those things. So, and that's something I always tell people. I don't do horoscope matching. But this sparked a really interesting subject for me today. So, what I did is I looked at her chart. I sent her the money back, but I told her something in there. The twin flame that you think you have with someone may not be that. It may be something else. See, twin flame meaning simply that when you meet a person, you can't stop thinking about them. They're constantly on your mind, they're constantly in your soul. No matter where you are, what point of life you are, you're thinking about them. And the way twin flame is seen is whenever you meet somebody for even 1 minute, let's say you were in some party and this person says hello to you and you say hello to them and say, hey, how's it going? Oh, it's great, great. And within 30 seconds, oh my God, I think I am going to make this person my best friend. They are everything to me. And you feel like, oh my God, sometimes you say though to people, my God, I feel like I've known you for so many years. I feel like I've known you for like 20 years, 30 years. And they're like, yes, I know. And so we give that definition of twin flame. One of the ways to see it is this particular way. Like when you meet somebody, within 30 seconds to 1 minute, you just feel like you know this person. And you just met this person first time in your life. And next thing you know, you're talking the entire party. And from that point on, you guys actually become great friends, best friends. But one thing people make a mistake about twin flames. A twin flame may not be the opposite sex or the same sex in terms of sexual encounters and marriage and relationships. That is a wrong way of looking at it. You can have a twin flame with a guru. You can have a twin flame with your best friend. I can clearly tell you, my best friend in California, who I'm actually going to meet in Chicago for a business deal, I think he's my twin flame. How? Not because he's my lover or something. No, it's because when I first met him I was a junior in high school, and I was a very introverted, pretty much in the loser pack. I was a bottom of the pecking order. In a side in lunch time, I used to be in a side of this building just eating my food with one other guy, and he was standing there. He's Persian, And I'm like, hey, how are you? I never seen you here. It's like, oh yeah, I just moved here. I'm like, oh, come on along. We'll hang out. And from that point on, it's been 25 years. He's my best friend. He actually just had a daughter too. What? Yeah, 7 months ago he had a daughter. We pretty much got married at the same time too. It's so funny. So twin flame is like somebody you know from past life, somebody that spark, that electric spark that comes in immediately is a twin flame. Your parents could be your twin flame. You'll be like, I just can't seem to find a better friend than my mom or my dad. Why? And then especially twin flame, the real twin flame. I'm going to tell you the real and the fake one. A real twin flame has to do with connection of Ketu, the south node of the moon, with a certain planet in a certain house. So don't ever think that twin flame has to be a relationship. But why Ketu? First of all, Ketu is past life connection. But then what is also Ketu? Electricity, electric storm. So when you see that bolt of the storm, that is Ketu. This is why when you meet somebody, within 2 minutes you feel like I want to hang out with this person all day. That's the bolt that just hit you, that you know this person from past life. That is twin flame. And you see that with the connection of, especially when it comes to, okay, so on relationship side, marriage side, oh, I want to meet my twin flame. I want to marry my twin flame. You know, it's so spiritual, man. It's simply because your Ketu is probably conjunct your Venus, your seventh lord, in the Navamsha, the chart of relationship, or in the Saptamsa, the chart of creation and romance. Especially when Venus is connected with this, naturally you feel that, wow, twin flame is always to do with sexual relationship and romantic relationship. Why? Because that's the only relationship where you physically get involved, where you want to kiss the person, where you want to hold the person. You're gonna go hold your guru, man. He's probably gonna slap you upside down too. Don't do that. This is why we think of these things as a more romantic thing, but it's not. When you meet your guru, within one meeting of that guru, you're like, oh my God, I think I know this person from past life. And I just want to hang out with this person, talk about astrology all day. That is a twin flame. That was your twin flame from past life. Perhaps you were best friends talking about astrology from past life, or you were his guru and he was your student. Now it's switched, the things are switched due to karma. It's so complicated. That's twin flames. But what is the twin flame that can be mistaken for something else? What is it? What is one of the meaning of twin flames, right? They say, oh, you constantly think of somebody. You constantly, they're on your mind 24/7. Well, what represents thinking? Moon, mind, right? So, yesterday when I saw the horoscope of this girl, I saw that the guy had his Rahu in the sign of Libra. Okay? So in the sign of Libra, this guy had his Rahu, especially in the 7th house. This girl had her moon in Libra. Are you starting to make that connection? The boy had the Rahu, the north node of the moon, in the sign of Libra, and especially sitting in the 7th house of relationships, marriage, partnership. This girl had her moon in Libra. What is it doing? Here comes a little bit of a superimposing relationship analysis. His Rahu is right over her moon, making her moon obsessed about this person, because he would remember, what is Rahu? Rahu is a snake's head. Okay, so what is the job of a snake? Snake steers in, right? He's hiding, 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 hiding. He sees a mouse. He sees a mouse and takes it in, swallows it. Same thing happens with Rahu in the horoscope. Rahu, the head of the snake, grabbed the moon and swallowed it. Just from one meeting. Forget even 6-month relationship or 3-month relationship. From one night of meeting, it took hold of this person's moon. That means now mind is constantly in the eclipse of that person's Rahu. I keep thinking about him. I am obsessed about him. I cannot let go of him from my memory and from my mind. Is that my twin flame? As soon as I saw that, I'm like, no, it's not twin flame. It is simply because of this, what I just explained. And this is not just with any person. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship for you to constantly think about a person. Your enemy might have their Rahu over your moon. You will constantly keep an eye on that enemy. So if you have an enemy that you always look out for, ask them for their horoscope. Be a nice person, ask them for their horoscope. See if they have a planet over your moon. So you're constantly focused towards that, which actually works very well sometimes. Because if an enemy's moon or a planet is over your moon, and you think about that enemy because their snake, Rahu, got a hold of you, you'll make sure where that enemy is and what they're doing. So in a way, it can work strategically. So let's say, for example, your moon, whatever sign it's in, your partner's Jupiter is upon your moon. Now it's no longer that pattern of thinking obsessively. It is no longer about, oh my God, I think about my spouse or my girlfriend or boyfriend day and night, day and night, day and night. Because their Jupiter is upon your moon. Anytime you feel depressed, motivated, you always say to yourself, where is that person? I need my girlfriend because she just inspires me. She just puts so much optimism on me. There's no way I can ever have anybody like this person. You're not obsessed about her. You're not constantly thinking about her. You only feel value about this person is when you're trying to learn something from them or when they're trying to inspire you. You have that tick that this person inspires me. Let's say somebody's Ketu. I don't care. It could be your friend, it could be your guru, your enemy, your spouse, your lover. If their Ketu is upon your moon, either this person is going to elevate you spiritually, or this person is going to burn you with their lightning bolt, and they will leave a black mark upon your mind. So what happens when a lightning bolt strikes on the ground? There's a hole that gets created. Or if something it hits, like I've actually seen on some online documentary where a lightning bolt hit a cow. Literally, it created a hole in a cow in a like Midwest. So obviously the cow died, but I mean it went so strongly it created a hole deep within. So the person with Ketu upon your moon will pierce you deeply as a lightning bolt. But either this lightning bolt could be spiritual or this lightning bolt could be putting a black hole upon you. So when you think the next time that, well, I think that person was my twin flame that I met last week in a bar. I think we just were connected through past life. You might want to think twice. If you don't know their horoscope, if you don't know your own horoscope, you most likely, there's a 50% chance it was a twin flame, 50% chance some planet got a hold upon your moon of that person. It's literally like guaranteed. if you think about a certain person, okay, it'll do that. So let's say if somebody has Ketu in their horoscope coming right upon your Venus. Venus is what? Your ability to love, your ability to get into relationships, romance, sexual relationships. That Ketu will put a lightning bolt where either you are completely loved by them or you are made into like a burning pina colada by them, where their Ketu will just hurt you so bad, stab you, where that there's hole, it's always going to be there when it comes to love. Not thinking, when it comes to love, you will always be so cautious about love. You will always think about that piercing arrow that went through of their Ketu. Let's say somebody's Saturn is upon your moon. Immediately you meet somebody, you're like, how do I get away from this person? They're making me depressed. They're just making me feel like life is too difficult. And so what happens with this is the one person that you will not think about, because you want them far away from your thinking and mind, because moon will run away from it. What happens with Rahu, like this person had yesterday in my reading, Rahu is not only the snake that got the moon, but now moon is in an illusion. Okay, so let's say if, for example, here, I'll show you a practical example. This is the moon, right? This is the moon. Rahu got it. So moon is within the realm of Rahu. What is Rahu? Illusion, delusion, fantasy. So now your mind creates all kinds of fantasy about this person. Oh, they're my twin flame. They're my past life connection. They're like my soulmate. Oh, I gotta be with them. It is such a spiritual connection where you have no idea this snake just bit you and now you're just hallucinating, because its venom is catching your bloodstream, its venom is catching your nervous system, and you're pretty much going to be held up in there and going deep, deep, deep within, unless you realize that. And this is where what happens is it creates situations like stalking, following, killing that person that you were so obsessed about, like celebrity, you know, how they have stalkers. Well, a celebrity's ascendant might be upon this person's moon, their ascendant lord, or something into that. And if this person has a weak mind, they're thinking nothing but about the celebrity. But why especially celebrity? Because they're all over the place. They're in the movies, they're in the commercials. And if this person looks at the movie like, oh yeah, you are my dream girl, come to me. So what happens is perhaps the celebrity's Rahu caught over their moon without the celebrity even knowing. Now this person who thinks like that, he may think of it as a twin flame. And twin flame, remember, happens both ways, not one way. This girl is asking for a relationship because she cannot get him out of his mind. I'm like, do you still talk to him? I'm like, do you let my assistant know if you still talk to him, if you guys still connect, if he still misses you? It's like, no, he's just gone. He's gone for his studies, and I think he's probably dating somebody else. I'm like, that is not a twin flame. Twin flame is something, no matter how far apart you are, whether, you know, how bad of the relationship breakup was, you always will be connected. There will always be, if you ask that person, were you thinking about me? And if they say yes, that is more of evidence of twin flame, not where like a person is one-sidedly obsessed and the other person is like living their life. They don't even care what's happening with this person. They have the last thing they want to think about is like their ex-girlfriend who's getting a astrological consultation thinking that he will come back to them. And also, one of the clues of coming back, lovers coming back, is always retrograde Venus, retrograde 7th Lord, and especially two retrograde planets together, especially in the Navamsha, can show the bringing back of a lover because it turns the wheel around them. I mean, there are a lot more combinations for a returning lover. But twin flames, please don't mistake that unless you know that the other person thinks the same way as you do. What is twins? Twins, sometimes they feel the same pain. They think the same thing. Twins are actually known to have the same dream pattern. Like, I've dreamt about this and I've dreamt about that. I actually had somebody who just gave extra information during the reading that, yeah, I'm a part of a twin and my twin just same way. We do the same thing. Sometimes we even dream the same thing. That's why it's called twin flames. Not like one person is obsessed and the other person is like already having a family and children and they don't even, that's the last thing they want to think about is you. So that's a big mistake. Don't think like that unless you can confirm with the other person. And there's no, like the horoscope thing that I told you about the Ketu's influence. Either it's that, but the best way to confirm is just to ask them next time you see them to confirm if they're your twin flame or not. That's the twin flame. But remember, twin flame cannot just be a love romantic relationship. It could be two best friends. It could be a mother and child, father and child. It could be your guru. It could be your mechanic, car mechanic that you go and fix your car with. You love going to them because you talk to them and you just somehow feel like, oh my God, I think we're twins. If you ever say that, that's your twin flame. Doesn't mean you have to go and start kissing them and making out with them and dating them. It is such a misconstrued, vision now of this twin flame thing on the internet. And so many people ask me about this. That's why I made it. But once I saw this, I'm like, man, people need to know. There's a difference between being grabbed by that snake head or that planet, and there's another thing to actually mutually have the same connection with somebody. Okay, so obviously, as you know, I do relationship reading, but I don't do horoscope matching. So obviously that is available on astrologycares.com, option 7, I believe, along with other readings. And I will make the video on Saturn in Revati Nakshatra, so we can finish off the nakshatra this way. And also, please let me know which planet should I do through nakshatra next. So leave it in the comment once I'm done with this. And whichever planet gets the highest vote, I'll try to accommodate that planet for going through nakshatras. Okay? But hopefully this gave a much clear indication of delusion of twin flames. It is very rare that people find their twin flames. Not everybody has their twin flames. And especially when you talk about soulmates, you actually have more than one soulmate in life. Your child could be your soulmate. It doesn't have to be your spouse that you're supposed to marry. So stop getting into these new age delusion. Come back on earth. There's still a lot of good things on earth. A lot of fun time. I'm on earth. I'll take you to a bar. We'll have a good time. But you got to come down from that cloud. Otherwise, you're going to fall hard and deep. Okay? So anyway, guys, new to my channel, subscribe below. Again, if you want to know all your reports, planetary placements, Ketu's conjunction, see how it is, check out astrologycares.com. Otherwise, we'll see you later.